Hi, thanks for joining me today. My name is Deborah Hearst. I'm the Artistic Director of Guest House Theater, and today is Wednesday, Friends Day. That was a little thing that Whitney Derrendinger coined up because he's really into puns. First I just wanted to talk a little bit. I wanted to see if people were able to check out the play reading that we did, Plays in the Gardens, on Saturday. If you hadn't had a chance to check it out, please do. It's on our website and on our Facebook page. And it was really just a wonderful experience. It was wonderful to be able to work with people. We did rehearsals via Zoom, and then we had some PPE that allowed us to stay safe, but also to connect with each other and not wear masks. And that was really, it just felt really good, sort of as an artist, to be able to do that. But also, I just wanted to revisit and make a shout out to co-founder Karen Sari. She is the one who wrote the plays that we read for Plays in the Garden, and I just really enjoyed her work. One in particular I was thinking about recently was Joyland. Joyland was the first one that we did, and it was a lot of fun. And I remember when we were rehearsing it, I was getting frustrated because, and I said this to Autumn Shiley and to Whitney Derrendinger, who directed it, that it was really frustrating because these questions that the android princess was asking were completely illegal. And so I didn't quite understand what this scene was about. And then as I said that out loud, that's when I realized exactly what this is about, right? It didn't matter that they were illegal because in the situation, the people that had the power were the corporations, and Autumn Shiley's character had no recourse for illegal questions, right? It was, she needed the job, she had to have it, and she has to deal with that corrupt and illegal behavior. And I just thought that was really fascinating that I read it first and I enjoyed it, but then as I worked on it and I read it again, I started to really see the layers that Karen Sari had put into it. So thank you, Karen. It was just such a great experience to work on that play and to perform it for people. Now, I also had a question recently about this, the Wednesday Friends Day, or the, again, a Whitney Derrendinger uh, invention, the Saturday Make It Matter Day. And people were asking me really what was it about and why we were doing it. And someone also asked me if our work was geared towards youth because we did so many children's stories and had children in them. And I laughed out loud because I don't think that it is. I think that it's for everybody, but it is for adults. But then I realized that the reason that we do that is because in this current pandemic, and we all feel very isolated and we all feel very um, desirous of seeing each other and being with each other and connecting, especially, that the real and most honest way of connecting is to be yourself and to be authentic. And this is who we are. Most of us are parents, which means most of us are constantly around our children right now. And so we've incorporated our children into a lot of these little talks and little stories and things that we do on Wednesdays and Saturdays because that's who we are and that's where we are. We're home. We're stuck at home. We're here with our families, and so our families are a part of it. And I just wanted to sort of share that. So I'm going to take a drink. Also, because we're at home, I'm outside, and there have been garbage trucks, leaf blowers, and an occasional jet that goes by. So if that's the case, I'll just try and speak up a little louder. But today I wanted to read to you a poem. I find that I am drawn to poetry right now because my feelings and my world and the world that we're all in feels so scattered and so tumultuous, and there are so many feelings and so many layers of emotions that poetry seems to reel me in and bring that out and help me navigate those feelings, especially with allegory and metaphor, especially because you can put everything that you're feeling into a metaphor. And so I wanted to read a poem to you today, and one in particular that feels very connected to how I'm feeling right now during this pandemic. Searching for my own identity, searching inside myself for who I am and what I have to contribute to the world and what I want to be, as well as exploring the world itself and the world as it is, not the myths and stories that we've told ourselves about the world. And so I was very drawn to Diving into the Wreck by Adrienne Rich. And I'd like to read that to you now. So this is Diving into the Wreck by Adrienne Rich. First, having read the book of myths and loaded the camera, I checked the edge of the knife blade. I put on the Bardi armor and the black rubber, the absurd flippers, the grave and awkward mask. I am having to do this, not like Cousteau with his assiduous team aboard the sun-floored schooner, but here, alone. There is a ladder. The ladder is always there, hanging innocently, close to the side of the schooner. We know what it is for, we who have used it. Otherwise, it is a piece of maritime floss, some sundry equipment. I go down, rung after rung, and still, the oxygen immerses me. The blue light, the clear atoms of our human air. I go down. My flippers cripple me. I crawl like an insect down the ladder, and there is no one to tell me when the ocean will begin. First the air is blue, and then it is bluer, and then green, and then black. I am blacking out, and yet my mask is powerful. It pumps my blood with power. The sea is another story. The sea is not a question of power. I have to learn alone to turn my body without force into the deep element. And now, it is easy to forget what I came for. Among so many who have always lived here, swaying with their crenellated fans between the reefs, and besides, you breathe differently down here. I came to explore the wreck. The words are purposes. The words are maps. I came to see the damage that was done and the treasures that prevail. I stroke the beam of my lamp slowly along the flank of something more permanent than fish or weed. The thing I came for. The wreck and not the story of the wreck. The thing itself and not the myth. The drowned face always staring towards the sun, the evidence of damage, worn by salt and sway into this threadbare beauty. The ribs of the disaster, curving their assertion among the tentative haunters. This is the place. I am here, the mermaid whose dark hair streams black, the merman in his armored body. We circle silently around the wreck. We dive into the hold. I am she, I am he, whose drowned face sleeps with open eyes, whose breasts still bear the stress, whose silver, copper, vermeil cargo lies, obscurely beside barrels, half wedged and left to rot. We are the half-destroyed instruments that once held to a course, the water-eaten log, the fouled compass. We are, I am, you are, by cowardice or courage, the one who finds our way back to this scene, carrying a knife, a camera, a book of myths in which our names do not appear. Thank you. I just love everything about that poem, and I wanted to share it with you. Um, Part of the way that this current world is presenting itself, there's so many things out there that prevent us from seeing and finding the truth. There's so much to read and so many points of view, and it feels like, look, we have to do the work. We have to go out there and find the truth ourselves, about our society, and about the harm that's being caused to people. And so I wanted to read that and share that with you. Thank you very much for joining me today. Please check out the Plays in the Garden if you haven't already seen that. And I have no idea what Whitney Derendinger is going to be doing on Saturday, Make It Matter Day, but you can see him on Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time with something only he can provide. Thank you very much. And we are so grateful that you are part of our community and that you are sharing this with us. Thank you.